this type of injury, like you don't know when I wake up, I'll feel, different than the day before. And
this is the first time we heard from Caitlin since the team announced on Memorial Day she was dealing with a left quad strain. She would be out for at least 2 weeks.
We were told that Clark was not seen in the open portion of practice by reporters who were on the ground there.
Just watch and absorb it, and it's the same when, I'm not active too.
The WNBA's brightest star, Caitlin Clark, is out with a quad injury. But this isn't just about one player. It's about a league that has pushed its golden goose so hard the entire system is now collapsing. Ticket prices have crashed. Fans are furious. And the truth about how the league protects, or fails to protect, its stars is finally coming out.
We'll see. It could be a possibility, but I could also not be available for that game too. I think just having good perspective is the best way to approach it. Like, yeah, you can be frustrated and whatnot, but, I think the medical team has done a really good job of,
On May 25th, Caitlin Clark fell during a game against the New York Liberty, clutching her left quad. By Memorial Day, the Fever confirmed, at least 2 weeks out. But fans didn't just lose their star, they lost hope. Ticket prices plummeted from over $80 to just $14. Trips were canceled. Hotels went empty. And the league? Silent.
Yeah, I'll be reevaluated this weekend, so I'll miss this weekend's game. But after that, it's, day by day and see how I feel and just kind of turn to the medical staff and what they think.
For the first time, Clark spoke to reporters, admitting the frustration, the rehab grind, and the reality that her return won't be rushed. She said, "I'll be reevaluated this weekend. It's day by day." But fans didn't buy it. Why? Because they've seen the beatings, the careless officiating, and the league's refusal to step in.
I think the medical team has done a really good job of, doing my rehab every single day, staying in a routine, coming in, getting shots up. But more than anything, I think just focusing on being a really good teammate, being there for my teammates, being a voice for them.
Fans say this isn't just bad luck, it's negligence. Clark has been targeted night after night, with cheap shots and hard fouls that would be flagrant in the NBA. Meanwhile, the WNBA posts motivational quotes on Twitter while ignoring its own crumbling product. Commentators compared the games to WWE SmackDown. And without Clark, the hype died instantly.
We've been told so far by the team is that this is actually an injury that was separate from the quad tightness issue, as Caitlin Clark described it earlier in the preseason, that she dealt with before. So it's a little bit of an interesting situation given that it was the same leg.
The numbers don't lie. Average Fever ticket prices dropped from $137 to under $80, and in some cases, to $14. The June 7th blockbuster against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky. A fire sale. Even Sky fans returned tickets, admitting, if Clark isn't playing, it's not worth it. This isn't just the Clark effect. It's the WNBA's total dependency on one player.
Now, Caitlin was asked when she's expected to come back. She told us she would be reevaluated after the weekend. After that, it would be day by day. The Fever are on the road for 2 road games before coming back to Gainbridge Fieldhouse next Saturday.
Social media erupted. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag protect our players. Hashtag boycott WNBA. Fans demanded accountability. Analysts questioned why the NBA uses biometric tech, trainers, and load management, while the WNBA throws its stars into nightly street fights. Even Fever's own backup, Ari McDonald, had to carry the team on a hardship contract, exposing just how fragile the league really is.
And telling us she's been a connector between her coaches and teammates. They've gone 1-2 without her, and they'll be without her again this weekend.
Clark is expected to be reevaluated on June 9th. But even if she returns, the damage is done. Fans now see what happens when the WNBA leans entirely on one player without a backup plan. Clark herself said she's learning patience, but the league has run out of time. The question is no longer if she'll return, but if the WNBA can survive without her.
So I think that's just kind of been the time for me to really find some patience, and I've never been a patient person my entire life, so this is definitely testing me a little bit, but I think it's going to be really good for me. And like I said, I've just tried to approach it in the best way I possibly can. I can't change it.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's the face, the revenue, the heartbeat of the WNBA. But the league's failure to protect her may be its biggest mistake yet. Fans aren't just angry, they're done. The future of women's basketball now depends on whether the WNBA learns from this moment or loses everything.